Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Today, the 14th of December, Thursday, 2023, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, had his annual news conference in Moscow. You know, the Q&A. He's just briefing the country, and then he answers questions from the public and from the journalists, foreign journalists as well. So usually that's like a marathon, long, few hours conference. He did not do it last year, but he did it this year. In this conference, I'm still coming like summit, no summit. He reveals when the war will stop, will end in Ukraine. And he says there will be no peace, as I said many times before, until Russia achieves its goals. So it went into Ukraine for something, 4 points, and Putin says, we will achieve those. There's no way around it. So there will be no peace until we win. They're over there. And he's going to give us, again, why he unprovokedly invaded a sovereign country. Because he was unprovoked, but those reasons, you don't count them. Okay? They should not be playing any role in any justification. So let me show you here two articles, one coming from Associated Press and the other one coming from Sputnik. I will start with the Associated Press to point something to you. So here is the article, Associated Press. Putin says there will be no peace in Ukraine until Russia's goals, still unchanged, are achieved. I would like you to look at here, until Russia's goals. Why? I want you to look at that because a minute ago, when I looked over, when I took this article from a different source, remember it's Russia's goals, I took a screenshot on this one of the same article, but something is changed in the title. So I would turn this on to you and you're gonna see if you're going to figure out. Again, I'm gonna put this right here. Okay, remember, focus on that over there, and let me turn around. Do you see a difference between that and that and that? So Putin says there will be no peace in Ukraine until his goals, still unchanged, are achieved, versus until Russia's goals, still unchanged, are achieved. And it's by the same person, Harris Morris. The same here. Let me put this right here and show you the same person right there, Harriet Morris. So the same is the same article. It's just the title is changed because when I got it and I looked over it, I said his goals. Yeah, because he's a dictator. You know, that's the point. And here somehow they changed it. That 8 hours ago, and this one was at 8:05. That doesn't say, but anyway. So let's read this thing from Sputnik. Putin, there will be peace when Russia achieves military operations goals. There he is. His double, right? All right. It says Ukraine does not want to agree on its demilitarization. Because of this, Russia is forced to use other measures. And he says, as for demilitarization, they, Ukrainians, do not want to come to an agreement. Well, then we are forced to take other measures, including military ones, Putin said during the joint direct line Q&A session, an annual press conference, adding that the denazification of Ukraine is still on the agenda. And this is what he says. As for demilitarization, they do not want to come to an agreement. Well, then we have to resort to other measures, including military ones. And it says they get everything, I'm quoting Putin, for free. But all the free stuff, it may end sometime. And apparently, this is how it ends little by little, Putin added. So this is one thing. And then we're going to go to the Associated Press. Not that one. Is this right here. So let's go back down here and start reading. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Thursday there will be no peace in Ukraine until the Kremlin realizes its goals. Consistency? Consistency. which remained unchanged after nearly 2 years of fighting that has sent tensions soaring between Moscow and the West. Unchanged. So he says, there will be no peace. There will be peace when we will achieve our goals, Putin said, repeating a frequent Kremlin line, victory will be ours, end quote. Like Slava Ukrainsk or something. Almost all along the line of contacts, our armed forces, let's put it modestly, are improving their positions, almost all in an active stage of action. The enemy has declared a big counteroffensive, but he hasn't achieved anything anywhere. So he says here, let me go and, where is that? Now they got right behind his back. Where is it? Right here, I knew I have this little sentence here. He reiterated that Moscow's goals in Ukraine, and I'm quoting him, denazification, demilitarization, and a neutral status, end quote, of Ukraine remained unchanged. He had spelled out those loosely defined objectives the day he sent in troops February 2022. But it was unprovoked, unreasonable, whatever. Don't try to justify anything. The claim of, and I'm quoting, denazification refers to Russia's false assertions that Ukraine's government is heavily influenced by radical nationalist and neo-Nazi groups, an allegation derided by Kiev and the West. If you remember, the West said about these kind of things in Azov Battalion, and not only. But hey, they forgot about that one. Putin has also demanded that Ukraine remain neutral and refrain from joining NATO. Social security, national security threat, like the United States has the planet as a national security. Wherever happens something and they want to intervene over there, they claim national security threat. And also they say a war on terrorism. Those two, that's carte blanche to go wherever they want. Now the Russians can't do the same thing because why? Because they are not considered big dog, singular. Why? Because there's no other. It's just the United States. Al Capone wants to run the show. Putin has also demanded that Ukraine remain neutral and refrain from joining NATO. He reaffirmed his claim that much of today's Ukraine, including the Black Sea port of Odessa and other coastal areas, historically belonged to Russia and were given away by Soviet former Vladimir Lenin. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Were they given to whomever? To Ukraine by Lenin? Yeah. From whom? And he's talking about, I will show you over the map here. You just get it out. So it's the clear map, not the Ukrainian map. It's a little bit too many things on it. So right here, this is Ukraine, obviously. And here, this is talking about this area, Odessa and this area. Now this is not, this used to be Romanian. So they should go back to Romania, but you know, from a mafia state to another mafia state, I don't really care. And this Crimea, obviously, given by Khrushchev in 1954, given to Ukraine. I mean, this country was really given this right here, Lutsk and Lviv, given from Poland, Zakarpattia given from Hungary, this Bukovina right here, Bukovina, Moldova, which was like this big, given Moldova cut, the north of Moldova cut, Bukovina cut, and this part of Moldova, Basarabia cut, given to Ukraine. I mean, look around it. I mean, you like it, you don't like it, you can find this information in history. You don't have to listen to Putin or to me. Just go and look at the history. You're going to find this. I can give you some clues. The Romanians gave that territory to Stalin when he issued an ultimatum in 1940. Go and check it out. There was Romania's, and Stalin said, that's ours because we think so. And he took it. Why? Because the Romanians gave it. And then they wanted to get it back. That's why Antonescu, the Marshal Antonescu, ordered his troops to cross the Dnieper, whatever, the Dnieper, Prut, whatever. So that's what he did. Now the same, the Hungarians lost their territory, the Poles lost their territory, the same thugs. So here it is, my friends. Russia will continue its military operation and will not do, go halfway and then come back because it got tired of swimming. If you made me get out of my bed to go and smack you, and I'm involved and I'm going to just finish the job, I'm not going to go back. I mean, I'm standing up in front of you. So basically, this is what Russia is right now. I mean, if I went this much, all this war and all this garbage, all these tensions, you guys wanted to pull a Gaddafi on me, then there's no way, no turning back. We're going to achieve everything, and it's either or. It's not going to be in between. There's not going to be negotiations. Like these guys think that Putin is going to negotiate at one point, say, okay, guys, well, Putin, sorry, we tried. We didn't succeed to pull a Gaddafi on you, but it's okay. Now let's negotiate. That's not going to happen. Russia is going to take Ukraine here and going to say, all right, I give you this, I give you this, and I give you that. Have a nice day. And Americans will say, yes, sir. Why? You're not partners. You're not negotiators here. You're not negotiating parties. You tried to pull a Gaddafi on me, and I won, and that means I will do what the fuck I want. That's what's going to happen. You'll see, if nothing major happens in Russia, and even if that happens, I think Russia will break into regions with nuclear weapons, which is going to be even harder for these guys to control, because you're going to really have madmen in charge of those regions. But as of now, I don't see anything like that happening. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.